Okay, so I was tagged by Finger Lakes Prepper with the 5 things or the 3 things list. And so I'm going to go ahead and get mine done. I'm going to try and not be so long-winded. So I'll get right into it. Number 1, 3 channels that inspire me. Shush. 2 of these channels I don't watch much anymore. One I do some, but the other I rarely watch anymore. The first one would be Wrangler Star. The guy's a really thoughtful in how he does his videos, and the content is excellent. He's one that I've been watching for a long time, and when I decided to start making videos, he was one of the guys that really inspired me. I can't say that I watch a lot of his stuff nowadays, but as far as inspiration, he is one of those. This other guy, I don't watch any of his stuff, very rarely. But if we're talking to inspiration, when I decided to make videos, he was recommended to me, and the way he makes videos inspired me to do my videos, or some of my videos, the way that I do. When I got on, I've been on YouTube a long time, but I just started making videos maybe about a year ago, and my intention was to just make little mini movies, and I really didn't have any interest in talking much or giving my opinions or teaching anything, but I wanted to make little mini movies. And so Casey Neistat was an inspiration for that. Now, his liberal agenda and his politics is what keeps me from going back to his channel. I don't agree with pretty much anything that comes out of that guy's mouth as far as those things go. But he can make a movie. And so that was an inspiration to me in that that's the context in how I wanted to make my movies, I thought at the time. The third one, I'm going to say over at SOS, I just found him recently. He's another one. When I first found his channel, I guess I didn't really think I was going to like it, and then I watched a few videos and I was hooked. The guy, what I can tell you is that he's grinding them out and he's doing it. And I don't know if that would make sense, but I appreciate the fact that he's doing it every day. He's giving his opinion, and I may not agree with what he says all the time, but he's telling you as he sees it. He's giving you the information, and to do with it what you want to do with it, whether you right, wrong, or otherwise. And I appreciate the effort that he's putting out, and I appreciate his friendship. He has talked to me. He has given me some quite a few shout outs, and I appreciate that. And it pretty much just befriended me on YouTube. So that's another a more recent inspiration, as well as several of the guys I've recently met. I'm gonna throw those in there as an inspiration, because some of them might not be a really huge channel, but again, there's a YouTube community out there aside from maybe some of these huge channels, and they're really good guys, and they've kind of taken me in and beginning to make me a part of kind of their circle of friends. So I appreciate that. Let's move on. I said I was going to try and make this quick. 3 things I'm good at. Now, I asked my kids that, and they said I'm a good woodsman, I'm a good shooter, and I'm good at survival and preparedness stuff. Okay, I'll take it. I don't know that I would consider myself good at those things. Those are interests, passions, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know that I'm good at it. If you would have asked me a while back, or when I was younger, I would have had a list a mile long of things that I thought I was good at. Nowadays, it's harder for me. I've got interests. I've got a lot of things that I would like to think that I'm good at. You know, being a good dad, being a good husband, raising my kids the right way. How do you say religion or my beliefs, my Bible doctrine, God, things like that. But I don't necessarily think that I'm good at those things. There's something that I put on the list, and I don't know if I would be able to explain it very well. Well, number one, let me just say what, aside from what my kids say, number one would be hard work. My dad taught us the value of hard work. I may have a lazy streak in some areas, but when you're on the job, it's all about getting the work done, and my family has always been that way. Hard work. Our family is known and pride themselves in hard work, and I'll leave that at that. Number two, this is where I might go into this tangent. I'm good at confrontation or in an emergency. Now, saying that, I'm not sure exactly how to. I don't shy away from confrontation, and although it can be a good thing, it can be a really, really bad thing, and it has served me well, and it has really, really served me, hurt me in a lot of ways in the past. So getting that under control and doing that correctly. There's one thing to speak up for yourself. There's one thing there's something to be said about speaking your mind and not having any fear to speak your mind or to take up for yourself. But it can, I guess, be a double-edged sword. It's got me in a lot of trouble in the past. Watch, my dog's on the camera. Okay, sorry, I had to get my dog off of the tripod. She was about to knock it over. I guess to wrap that up, that whole confrontation, maybe just to say that there's something to be said about a man that is not as afraid to speak his mind and speak up and tell the truth, regardless of the consequences. And just be careful, because it can cause you a lot of issues, and it can bring on a lot of strife with your family and friends, and it's not always the most comfortable or easy way to go about doing things. Okay, let me get off that. Number three of things I'm good at. I'm a heck of a basketball player. My family, don't you think I wasn't going to say it? Maybe not anymore, but I was. Maybe I should say I was a heck of a basketball player. Probably, and I don't play anymore. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch sports other than my kids' things. I don't watch anything on TV like that. It's not really an interest of mine, but I'll probably go to my grave. One of the top things that I'll consider myself as a basketball player, regardless of what else I do. That's just is what it is, I suppose. Let's move on. Three things I'm excited about. I'm excited about selling my house and starting a homestead. We had a farm before we lived here. We had a farm for several years. We had a bunch of animals. I was knee deep, way deep into preparedness, and some things happened, and we sold our farm, and maybe I'll get into that another time. It's a funny story, but for a really crazy reason, I sold my farm and I moved to a gated community for about the past 7 or 8 years, and hate it. And I want to get out. I want to get back to the farm, start a homestead, and that's our plan. So that's something I'm excited about. Preparedness, bushcraft, my dogs in general, I'm excited about. Those are just kind of interests of mine. Number three, my YouTube channel. I'm excited about it. I have full intentions of becoming a famous YouTuber. Yep. And just quickly to explain that without being too, I know that sounds vain and whatever, but famous in my area, the genre of the people that hanging out with. I want to be recognized amongst the circle of friends that I run in on YouTube. I'm gonna move this to number one, and this kind of encompasses everything. I'm excited about God's direction in my life and my family. I don't always recognize what that is, and I go off here and there, but nonetheless, I'm excited about it, and that kind of, like I said, that encompasses all these things I'm talking about. Number four, 3 things I do to relax. I read, and I read. Those are 3 things I do to relax. I'll just make that one. So, number 2, I watch YouTube stuff, the things that I'm interested in. Other than a few shows on TV, I don't watch any TV anymore, really. We watch movies a lot, but just sitting around passing the time watching TV, I've got so many other things to do other than, I guess YouTube is my TV. Like-minded people, I like watching what I'm interested in. You could sift through all those channels on the TV, or you could go straight to what you're interested in on YouTube. Number 3, I talk all the time. I never shut up. I don't do it well, I realize, but I never shut up. I guess that in some way relaxes me. Maybe I've got to get it out. I've got to think it through aloud. I don't know. There's something to be said about the quiet man. I get it. The silent, strong type. I understand that. And a lot of times I wish I were that way, but I can't keep my mouth shut. My family will tell you that I've got an opinion on everything. And I'm not sure why. I can tell you that I appreciate a person with an opinion. I've told my mom that a lot. I appreciate someone, right or wrong. At least they've got an opinion. At least they've thought something out. And they could be completely wrong on it, but they've thought it through and come to a conclusion. And I appreciate that. It's a reason why I wanted to do the YouTube videos the way I was doing them. I didn't want to say a whole lot. I didn't want to get into a bunch of stuff. I wanted to make little mini movies of basically just what I had going on. But I realized that in the area that I'm, the area that I'm at on YouTube, a lot of people want to hear, what are you doing? What's your plans? What's in your bag? What are you preparing for? And they want to have that discussion. And you don't always have to be really well spoken and all that to get your what you want to say out there. And I'm obviously not very well spoken, but again, I'm not afraid to say it nonetheless. So that's it. 5 people that I'm going to tag. There's a guy, Get Stick Customs, GUITSTIK Customs with a K. This guy's got a new channel and he's trying really hard. He's working really hard to build his channel. Check him out and give him some advice. He's looking for some advice on some things to do and how to progress his channel. Seems like a really nice guy, and like I said, he's really working towards it. So I'm going to I want to tag him. I was going to tag SOS just to make sure he did a video, but I see he did his today. Survival Comms, I don't know if he's been tagged. Comms Prepper, I don't know if he's been tagged. I've got a couple other here. Smoking Locusts and Indiana Woodsman. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the ones I'm gonna. Oh, I wanted to tag Daniel. God is my judge. I want to tag him also. I don't know if all those people have been tagged or not, but there you have it. There's my 3 things list, and I'll probably end up going back and editing. When I edit my videos, it's to shorten them because YouTube doesn't allow me to do over 15 minutes. I don't know why. I don't know how to figure that out. But so when you see all the jumping around, I'm trying to get what I'm trying to say in and I'm cutting out all the rambling to shorten my videos. That's why I'm editing them. So other than my movies, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.